you're struggling with pain and you've been told to like try stretches and exercises and walk and everything will get better. Maybe it's just part of pregnancy and things will get better after you have your baby, but nothing is working. You're like scrolling social media, you're on YouTube, you're trying to find something and the magic fix. And this is why the stretches and the exercises aren't working, because it's putting a Band-Aid on the problem. It's not actually addressing the cause of the problem, right? So if you are having tight muscles or pain or discomfort, it's because something's not working well together. This isn't just hormones like relaxin or just a part of pregnancy or just your baby's positioning. While hormones like relaxin and baby's positioning and things can increase your pain and your discomfort, they're not the sole cause. There's something underneath that is the cause, and it's usually like an imbalance. If you think of like a group project where one person does all of the work, but everybody gets credit. You know, you have like those one or two people that do all the work, but there's some people who don't do anything, but they still get credit for it. That's a lot of times what your muscles are doing. So a lot of times your pelvic floor does so much work. Your pelvic floor acts as it's a hammock, and it's holding your bladder, bowel, and uterus. So it's holding and supporting your baby as your baby is growing. And it's a lot of responsibility, especially when your core and your glutes aren't helping to support your pelvic floor. So then it becomes tight and it's not able to fully contract or relax, which then all of a sudden you now have like back pain and hip pain, pelvic pain. It hurts to roll over, it hurts to get dressed. Standing up is a nightmare, like getting in and out of the shower or the car, walking, just all the basic things that you feel like you should be able to do. It's so hard to do. And it's because of these imbalances and these muscles that aren't working together. The coordination isn't there. Sometimes even, this is a problem too. Are you guilty of doing this where you are this is your pregnancy stance? I did this with my first a lot. Kind of trying to take some of the pressure off. So you're arching your back. Your belly's kind of out in the front. So now we have a ton of pressure. Our glutes are super short. They're not working. Our core isn't working. We're actually allowing more of that pressure and stretching, that separation to occur when we're in this position. So sometimes as simple as just like tilting your hips a little bit, allowing your knees to bend just so they're soft and tilting those hips under so that way you're not having as much pain or discomfort. If you're standing for long periods of time and you can prop a foot up on like a step stool, or if you're standing like making dinner or dishes and you like pull the cupboard out and put your foot there, just little changes so that way we're not stuck standing in this position all day can really help. Think about tilting under, not having that arched back. You want to have a neutral pelvis, and this position is not creating a neutral pelvis. This position here is creating a tilt, and we want to create more of that neutral position so that way you're having less pain and discomfort. Enough on the posture though. How do we fix the pain? If the stretches and the exercises aren't working right now, what do we do to fix the pain so you can walk and roll over and get dressed and like maybe exercise again so you can feel a little more comfortable, confident, strong in your body throughout this pregnancy? I teach this 3-step method. I've learned that the most basic thing that I can teach you that's going to help you not just now, but postpartum and beyond, is the basics of your pelvic floor. I don't mean just doing Kegels. You're not going to use that word ever again. No more Kegels, okay? Pelvic floor goes way beyond that, and so often you don't do Kegels correctly, or you don't need to be doing them. And both of these things can cause more pain or discomfort or dysfunction, okay? So that word is gone. We don't use it anymore. The basics of your pelvic floor starts with breathing. Your core, learning how to engage your core or hug your baby throughout your pregnancy. It comes from not just contracting your pelvic floor, but being able to let your pelvic floor relax. This is like a learned skill, allowing your pelvic floor to relax. But if it's tight, tension, it has a hard time relaxing because it's constantly in contraction, there's a reason to it. So it's not just teaching you how to relax your pelvic floor. We need to teach your body how to support your pelvic floor so it can relax. This also comes from your glutes. We just talked about tucking your butt under and how your glutes aren't working. If your glutes are super tight, doesn't necessarily mean they're strong. And we need to be able to have your glutes work because they support the back of your pelvic floor. They're like the back wall of your pelvic floor. So we need core, pelvic floor, and your glutes to all work. So the basics, the step 1 is just learning how to breathe, engage your core, and contract your pelvic floor and relax your pelvic floor. That's step 1. Step 2 is supporting your pelvis with everything you do. I'm talking standing up, sitting down, rolling over, getting dressed, walking, exercising, working out, lifting weights, whatever it is, teaching you how to support your pelvis while you do these things, which comes from those basics. So we teach you how on your exhale, engage your core, hug that baby, pick up that marble, and then do the exercise, do the standing up, do the lifting. Every time you bend over, work on allowing, like instead of just squatting down, bend over, allow those glutes to lengthen so that they can relax a little bit. It's these little steps that really help make a big difference because you do these things all day. So imagine changing these habits that you do with the standing up, with the rolling over, with the walking, the working out, whatever it is. And if you continuously do them in a manner where it supports your pelvic floor, you already have significantly less pain and you haven't even had to add anything to your routine. Not 60 minutes in the gym, not 60 minutes at an appointment. You're just changing how you do things you're already doing. Step 3 is where you get to add in the stretches and the exercises and the rebalancing, re-strengthening, like creating balance within your system, which is exercises, stretches. It's supporting your body where it's at. And everybody's a little bit different. So this is why in the Ultimate Momma Bundle, I teach you this 3-step method, and then we tailor it to you. So it's personalized for your needs and where you are right now. So the step 3 is those exercises, those stretches. It's reducing the tightness. So often your inner thighs are tight. Your glutes are super tight, but they're tight for a reason, right? So if we don't address that reason with step 1 and step 2, again, you're just doing the stretches and the exercises for the fun of it. So learning how the basics of your pelvic floor can support you throughout the day, and then we can add in some stretches and exercises is so important. The 3rd trimester mamas who are getting ready to prepare for labor and birth, we don't want to do a ton of strengthening in your pelvic floor. We want to teach your pelvic floor and everything how to relax so that way your baby can come down and create a smoother birth experience. Your pelvic floor isn't what pushes your baby out. Your pelvic floor has to relax and move out of the way to give birth. So if we teach you these things in this 3-step method in the Ultimate Momma Bundle, you're going to have less pain throughout your pregnancy. You're going to be able to have a smoother birth with less tearing. You're going to push for minutes, not hours. And then you're going to recover so much easier because you had a smoother birth and you took care of the pain during your pregnancy. And now you know those basics to help support you through those early weeks. Waiting 6 weeks in that precious time, that is when so much healing can take place that your body needs your help from. Reconnecting and doing that. That's a whole other video we'll talk about later. So the Ultimate Momma Bundle isn't just pregnancy pain. It's pregnancy pain. It's having a better birth experience and an easier recovery. And it's doing it with support. It's not just a program you check off and you finish. It's something that's tailored and personalized to you. It's finding relief within 2 weeks or less by implementing 5 to 10 minutes of movement throughout your day. That is it. Because you're going to learn the basics of your pelvic floor and how to support your pelvis, and you're going to sprinkle in this movement that's supporting these basics and this supporting your pelvis so you can feel better and have less pain. If you're wanting more information about your pelvic floor and pregnancy, birth, and postpartum, make sure you subscribe so you get alerts for your weekly videos that will be out, and make sure you grab the Ultimate Momma Bundle linked below and get started today. You don't have to struggle with pain. This isn't just a part of pregnancy. It's not just hormones and your baby's positioning. This is just the lack of education and understanding surrounding pelvic floor that is so prevalent throughout even our healthcare system. And we need to change that. Your provider does a great job about keeping you and your baby safe. My job is to help you be able to move without the pain, to help educate you about your pelvic floor, so that way you can not just have a great experience right now throughout your pregnancy and your birth and your recovery, but after your kids are grown, after your kids are older. Don't be the mama who's like can't jump on the trampoline because she's peeing herself, or who's had chronic back pain for years. All of that can be fixed right now and addressed, okay? Click subscribe below, grab the Ultimate Momma Bundle, and I'll be seeing you inside the mama community really soon.